Vice President for Business Affairs and CFO, Mr. Jerry Wright. Vice President for Enrollment and Student Affairs, Mr. Frank Rebar. Dean of Students, Melinda Schwinn. Alumni Director, the person that puts together this entire event, Marcia Fielder. And my outstanding assistants who somehow keep my life organized, along with Beth, Andrea Burt, and Cindy Bovey. And let's give them a round of applause. As you can imagine, without the support and dedication of these individuals, Adrian College would not be where it is today. We're at a round number today. We are 160 years old from our founding on the morning of March 28th, 1859. So let's give a round of applause to the old college. Several years ago, I started the habit of taking notes whenever I hear a good speech. Even on TV, if I hear someone speaking, I'll take notes. And I always keep my notes in an open tray behind my desk so that I just kind of bump into these notes every now and again. And so when we came up with the title of this year's program, Innovative Ideas and Real Solutions, I looked back at the notes to see what some of the greatest thinkers that I've heard have said about innovation. On May 29, 2014, Malcolm Gladwell said in a speech I listened to, "Innovative people and institutions are in a hurry. No sitting around, they do something. They're in the business of transformation." I think if there's one thing that would distinguish us over the last several years is we simply do stuff. My good friend Nito Quabain, who's the president of High Point University, said one time in a speech, "Innovative places refuse to swim in the sea of sameness. Sameness is boring, horrible," he said, "and numbing." Thomas Friedman, New York Times columnist, on May 31st, 2012, in a speech that I was listening to, said, "Innovative institutions don't get great by accident. They are determined, focused, and pathologically committed to solutions. They realize that average is not acceptable. We don't gain anything by celebrating mediocrity." Michelle Reed, former Washington, D.C. superintendent of schools, in an undated speech, I didn't write down when I was listening to her, said that routine can't be acceptable anymore. It dulls the mind. Routine is the antithesis of innovation. And then back to Nito Quabain, he said, "For innovative people who find real solutions, change is personal and it results from caring." And we care about this school, and that is why we're here today. This is why we live and work at an innovative college that constantly tries to discover real solutions to create a better education for these incredible young students that we're surrounded by today. So today we have several innovative topics that started with ideas and were developed and implemented by inspiring people amongst you. As is the case every year, these ideas will be shared through your voices, the voices of our students, faculty, staff, and students. This program is created for you. But before we get into that, let's just do a quick video recap from last year. You may remember that last year's State of the College address was entitled Adrian College, the Experience is Contagious, in which we rolled out several things we were going to do this year. So we want to show you the update video from last year's speech on what happened over the past year. And pitch, I want you to roll tape. Thank you.
You and me will be always. I'll be honest, there's a lot I don't know. So much of this is out of our control, and the hardest thing can be learning who to let go. Cause there's a short list of people in it for the long haul. See you close your shoes and your best friends, they ain't gonna stay the same. Your reckless years and your mistakes, I promise you they fade away. But trust me, one thing that nothing in this world can change. Hey, you and me will be always, always. You and me
All right, so last June I was attending a conference at Mackinac Island, and I met a gentleman whose name is Bharat Anand, who's a professor from Harvard's Business School. He's now been promoted to vice provost to Harvard's president, Larry Bacow. So Provost Anand announced to me, or when he was introduced to me, he told me that Harvard had a new online platform that many Harvard students were taking in their business school called HBX, and I was immediately intrigued. I thought, how can we get these classes to Adrian College so that our students can have Harvard classes and you can see how they do things there? So I talked to him a little bit about it. I wasn't sure whether he would do it or not. And so in October, Vice President Milner and I jumped on a plane and flew out to Cambridge, Massachusetts. We met with Bharat Anand and others to finalize plans to use HBX or HBS, Harvard Business School courses and curriculum on our campus via the internet. The result, some of you may know, is BAD 499, Sustainable Business Strategies, which is currently being taught on our campus with Professor Dr. Cheryl Nutter. Professor Nutter, in my opinion, is the star of this show because she embraced innovation and she said, let's give it a go. She agreed to be the on-the-ground professor, combining Harvard's curriculum with our own. She's going to tell us more about this initiative. Cheryl?
Thank you. I value the opportunity to find new and exciting ways to share content with our student, and we began the innovative process with a collaborative approach with Harvard. Harvard Business School Online offers a variety of educational modules, and we chose the topic of sustainability. It brings an emphasis to creative ways to rethink and use our resources differently, and suggests a shift towards more sustainable options, especially in the areas of transportation, technology, waste, water, and electricity. Future leaders must be able to address these challenging situations. This requires the ability to think differently and navigate options not previously considered, skills imperative for our students of today. This semester, 17 Adrian College students are participating in these Harvard modules, embedded in a course titled Sustainable Business Strategy. These students are evaluating sustainable components of a local business and creating a plan for future implementation that will be presented to leaders at the end of April. The Harvard modules offer a high level of research, faculty and industry expertise, and a case study approach that evaluates course content and offers an innovative and collaborative opportunity for 2 quality colleges. This pilot experience serves as a template for future programs, such as the newly approved Masters in Business Administration in Healthcare Administration, slated to begin fall 2019. Tyler Hodges, a business management major from Southfield, Michigan, and currently in the Sustainable Business Strategy course, will share a few details about this program.
Hello, everyone. When I started this course, I was nervous and excited to be exposed to a new way of learning on such a broad platform. The Sustainable Business Strategy course takes place online, so ultimately your learning is on your own time, as long as you meet your deadlines. During the online course, you have the ability to connect with people from all over the world. We were placed in many groups within the cohort, and in my group, I was the only person from the United States. I had individuals from the United Kingdom, Peru, and India. It was amazing to see the cultural differences among us throughout text, let alone our individual answers to the questions throughout the course. The Harvard program offers us real companies with real issues, such as Walmart, Unilever, and Lipton Tea. This course shows you how to identify problems, as well as brainstorm solutions, but you have to remember that you can't have systematic change without purpose. This course took me out of my comfort zone in so many amazing ways. It allows you to think critically, make your own decisions, and allows you to see the other students' responses in the cohort. At the end of each lesson, you also learn the decisions each company ultimately made and why. Having leaders compare and contrast ideas from other individuals with different cultural perspectives showed me how important collaboration and teamwork is in life and in business. This course was a great experience and a great learning opportunity for me, and I would recommend this course to any Adrian College student. Thank you.
Thank you, Tyler. Students, we're going to have more of these courses in coming years, I hope, and it's not a bad name to have on your resume, knowing you can list Harvard curriculum as one of your courses. So when I meet with prospective students to Adrian College, high school students that are looking at the campus, one of the things that I frequently mention to them is that each of them, if they attend here, should focus on striving to be a leader, to strive for greatness. Few young adults are given the opportunity to attend a private college, let alone a private national liberal arts college with incredible professorial staff that has committed their lives to the transmission of knowledge to these young people. This 4-year experience may be the most valuable thing any of these students are ever provided with. And with that education, they should do great things and strive to be great leaders. Well, this year, many students have responded to this call for leadership by initiating an incredibly successful effort to make Adrian College a destination point for any young adult who aspires to be a leader throughout their life. They are focusing on leadership development as a primary goal of their education, and in so doing, are making Adrian College a hotbed for leadership development. Beth Heiss, Director of Institutional Research, is leading this effort with the students and will say a few words about this initiative. Beth.
Thank you, President Docking. When President Docking's leadership class ended in fall 2017, Jack Stover approached me about starting a leadership club on campus. We looked for a leadership organization that included speakers, training, and networking. I approached Janet D'Amico, now co-advisor and the director of the Institute for Career Planning, who had information on the National Society of Leadership and Success, or NSLS. NSLS was impressed with our grant application, and we received money from the organization to start a chapter here for free. Last summer, we invited 400 leaders to join our chapter at Adrian College, which included 50 freshmen with a high school GPA over 4.0. In August, we had 150 students join this new chapter. Then in December, we inducted 106 members with a rate close to 75%, when most campuses induct at about 40%. Members fulfilled many requirements for induction. First, they paid $85 to join. Then they attended orientation. They participated in a 3-hour leadership training day and attended 3 speaker events, including Dr. Oz, Carla Hall, and Adam Grant. They also met in success networking teams, or S&Ts, with the purpose of focusing on what they want in life and to create a strategy for achieving it while holding each other accountable. Each student submitted 3 S&T reports with detailed goals and action steps. The advisors approved the S&Ts, and this is where the students inspired me the most. They wrote about team building, mentorships, brainstorming. You'd be amazed at the things that they want to set out to accomplish, such as lifestyle changes, getting a job, getting into medical school, and implementing a mental health campaign at Adrian College. They are helping create a better world. Ryan Boyd, a freshman from Waterford, Michigan, is with me today. He's very enthusiastic about the leadership group and quickly completed the process to join. He's now the e-board member responsible for facilitating the student networking team meetings and has met with over 25 groups each semester. Ryan started early on the leadership track, and we're glad he will be with us for the next few years to carry on the organization. Ryan.
Thank you, Professor Heiss. I just wanted to say that in my first few months at Adrian, I've already been able to call this place home. The main reason that I chose Adrian is because I love the small school atmosphere, and with great financial aid packages, the tuition was affordable. Currently, I'm on the men's varsity rowing team, and I cannot wait to start up spring racing tomorrow, actually. In regards to the National Society of Leadership and Success, we are looking to induct 102 new members this semester for a total of 252 members. That's an amazing number for the first year of a school of our size. The National Society reached 1 million members, and we are actually the first small private college in Michigan to start up a local chapter. 10 of our inducted members are working toward advanced leadership certificates, which include facilitating SMT meetings, mentorship and advanced leadership training, community service, and a Better World project. The founding members, Jack Stover, Chris Stanhope, and Morgan Pierce, have worked countless hours developing this new organization. The board has jumped in quickly, and we've been amazed to have nearly 100 members in attendance at each event where we learn from notable people who are professionals in their own field. We expect that those who participate in NSLS will gain a tremendous amount of knowledge and experience that they will take with them after graduation. We look forward to expanding on community service and starting up a mentorship programming with incoming freshmen. On behalf of the founders and our advisors, I want to congratulate my fellow students on their hard work and thank the leadership on this campus for your great support of this new organization. Thanks.
Thank you, Beth and Ryan, two amazing people on this campus. So I understand we have a number of students here who belong to the National Society of Leadership and Success. Please stand and receive a round of applause from the rest of us for being future leaders, both here at Adrian and beyond. Thanks, guys. This college and this country is in good hands, as you can see.
With the addition over the last 14 years of numerous sports, athletic teams, and facilities, Adrian College has had the opportunity to host many high school competitions on our campus. This brings what may become hundreds of prospective students and families to Adrian to get a glimpse of our thriving, quality, small private college. Our women's wrestling program, which began in 2015, is one of the new sports bringing people to campus. Coach Cliff Bouchard, who just returned from a recruiting trip, has great enthusiasm for the sport and our students. Coach Bouchard.
Thank you. Adrian College Women's Wrestling has been working on growing talent in our backyard. After years of effort, we were able to get the first ever high school girls state championship to happen, and we hosted this inaugural event on our campus. In February, we had 167 of the best high school girl wrestlers in Michigan competing to be the very first girls wrestling state champions. The event drew hundreds of parents and coaches to watch the competition, and though we had great media coverage beforehand, the reaction afterward was incredible. Stories were picked up nationally, and the event at Adrian College went viral in the wrestling community. It was a real eye-opener for many of the girls, their parents, and coaches who didn't know that collegiate women's wrestling programs like ours existed. Throughout the year, we also run wrestling clinics and camps. Last summer, we had one of the largest turnouts of any camp in the country and drew girls from 7 different states. We plan to expand the camp to include a K-12 girls freestyle tournament this summer. Our Bulldog women's wrestling program is thriving. The Women's Collegiate Wrestling Association consists of schools from all conferences, D1, D2, D3, NAIA, and JUCO. This was our best season ever, finishing 16th overall. We were the highest placing D3 program in the country. I'm also very proud to say that we had 3 Scholar All-Americans, and our team was honored with the Scholar Team Award. We're constantly striving to live up to our motto, winning in the classroom and on the mat for the ultimate success in life. Now, Cassidy Block, who came to us from Wisconsin, is a student in the Sport Administration and Leadership Master's Program and a member of the team. She will share a little from her perspective. Cassidy?
Adrian College Women's Wrestling Team has become an opportunity that cannot be sufficiently described. The atmosphere developed by this program continues to outshine expectations and supports a respected, healthy, and successful environment. My personal story began with an opposite experience, and transferring to Adrian College has been one of the best chapters of my life. This program started small, but it has established strong roots that now function as a family. Many girls who wrestle in college have had very limited interactions on girls' teams. Many of us have had moments in our young athletic careers where we were treated unfairly and where we felt like burdens, or in the best case scenario, were simply ignored. Coach Couchard recognizes us female athletes and pushes us to perform at our highest level. Realizing the impact that we can have on the development of young athletes drives us to do more. Throughout each camp, clinic, and tournament, we welcome the youth, and they provide us the motivation to become better role models. All my life, I've been told that I am a pioneer, but it has never really felt like it until recently. I've been involved with this team for the past 3.5 years and credit much of my success to it. I've completed a BBA in healthcare management, I've graduated our honors program, and I'm still coming back for more. I hope to climb the ladder in hospital administration, and I work towards giving back to the sport that has done so much for me. On behalf of the girls, we are thankful for the opportunity to compete at the college level and be representatives of the Adrian College Bulldogs women's wrestling team.
Thank you, Cassidy, and thank you, Coach Couchard. Not a day goes by that I don't learn of new opportunities for our students to participate in amazing experiences beyond our campus borders. In recent years, our students have traveled to countries including Russia, United Kingdom, Germany, Italy, France, Spain, Mexico, Japan, Peru, Colombia, Costa Rica, Belize, and many more for study abroad, music, sports, and special group trips. Choral director Mr. Philip Clark brought to my attention another great opportunity, this time for the choir, to participate in an incredible and grand celebration. Mr. Clark.
Thank you, Vice President Mahoney. This past fall, I was contacted by Grammy Award-winning conductor Dr. Jerry Blackstone, who is the artistic director of the 2020 International Beethoven Festival. Maestro Blackstone invited me to apply for the festival, which will take place in Prague and Vienna in June of 2020. I was very honored to receive this invitation from such an illustrious conductor and musician. Shortly after submitting an audition recording, the Adrian College Choir was accepted to join with several other choirs, an orchestra, and professional soloists on what will surely be a life-changing musical and traveling adventure. A trip of this magnitude is an opportunity of a lifetime. We will celebrate Beethoven's 250th birthday by singing his compositions in some of the most beautiful concert venues in Europe. Our trip will begin in Prague, where we will perform in the incredible St. Vitus Cathedral, as well as tour in the Prague Castle and visit the St. Charles Bridge. From there, we will travel to Vienna, where we will tour Schönbrunn Palace and visit historical sites related to Beethoven, Haydn, Brahms, Schubert, Strauss, and Mozart. The trip will conclude with a performance in the world-famous Musikverein, which is considered to be one of the world's finest concert halls. I am thrilled to be organizing this opportunity for the students, and it is my hope that this is an experience that they will carry with them for a lifetime. One of these students is Charlie Penn, a wonderful vocalist, music major, and junior from Clark Lake, Michigan. Charlie?
Through my involvement in the music department, I have been given many opportunities. The faculty has shown me the best care and quality of teaching that has developed me as a singer more than I could have imagined. A few solo performance opportunities have included Opera Uptown, Christmas in Ida, and choir soloist at First Presbyterian of Adrian. I have also been able to speak with and been inspired by alumni who have graduated with vocal performance degrees. Earlier last fall, several students performed in a masterclass for a guest opera singer, Dr. Ann Jennifer Nash. This contact led me to apply for the 2019 Brancaleone International Music Festival in Italy. This is a prestigious festival that required a video-recorded audition, and I am thrilled to announce that I was accepted and will attend this summer. Without the help of the faculty in the music department, I would never have felt like a career in music was so possible. I could not think of a better way to end my time at Adrian College than on this upcoming trip with the professors who helped me to grow and the friends who have shared so many memories and performances with me. As a student, it is very exciting to prepare and fundraise for such a big opportunity with the end goal of being able to travel and perform overseas. Now I will sing a selection from the German opera Die Fledermaus, which was composed by Johann Strauss, who was born near Vienna.
Amazing job, Charlie, and thank you, Professor Clark. If you're interested in joining this trip or supporting a student for this amazing experience, feel free to talk to me after the program today. In addition, because of a generous estate gift from Dr. Hildreth Spencer, the rehearsal hall in Spencer Music Hall will receive a much-needed renovation in the next year. Our students also have many unique learning opportunities on campus. This includes hands-on learning in various departments to improve skills and knowledge, such as using ultrasound equipment in biology, examining cadavers for anatomy, writing and directing one-act plays, and doing field work at our Walden West Preserve, producing video and radio shows, and much, much more. This last year, golf coach Ryan Williams was able to acquire a piece of technology that will enhance student performance for our golf teams. Thanks to many golf alumni and friends for making this project that Coach Williams will tell you more about a reality. With special software, a golf simulator can also take you to the fairways of magnificent courses in Michigan, or even Pebble Beach, and maybe even St. Andrews. Coach Williams.
Sustained growth and improvement comes from consistent practice and training. In order to raise the level of performance at any endeavor, one must work with consistency, attention to detail, and intention to improve daily. The vision for this project is to provide a year-round practice space and home for the Adrian College golf programs. Multiple practice areas, common team space, along with storage and utility space for the teams highlight the planning for the golf indoor training facility. The centerpiece of this facility is a golf simulator using FlightScope technology and E6 golf software. These machines produce feedback for improvement and enhance practice with purpose and direction. This will be the laboratory where golfers can learn about the numbers and variables they need to focus on to get better. In addition to the simulator, the space will also include 2 additional practice hitting bays, a locker area for club storage, and a lounge for team meetings and activities. The growth potential for this facility, along with the golf programs and student athletes, is limitless. With creative planning and design, in collaboration with Interior Design Department, led by Professor Nancy Vanover, and students Katie Westerhoff, Lexi Kachala, and Victoria Olajar, we have created a space that offers functionality in a small area while meeting the needs for our golf programs now and in the future. Katie Westerhoff, a senior interior design major from East China, Michigan, is here to tell you about their part of this project.
Thank you. Coach Williams approached Professor Nancy Vanover about a potential golf simulation practice space. She then invited Alexis Kachala, Victoria Olajar, and I to take on this unique design project. We met with Coach Williams to discuss the initial vision, which was to convert a racquetball court into a space that contained locker storage, a general hitting area, a golf simulator, a lounge area, and a workspace. The first step included taking a trip to the racquetball court to field measure and talk through the details of the project. The biggest challenge was making sure that we could fit all of the requirements in such a small space. Given the square footage, we quickly discovered that the only way to make it all possible was to create a second level by implementing a stairway. Given that decision, we needed to make sure that the ceiling height was high enough to keep everything to code for safety purposes. Luckily, the ceiling height was just high enough to create that second level and provide all of the desired necessities. Moving forward, we discussed and selected materials for this space, as well as designed a custom structure to hold the projector for the simulation area. As you can see from the video, we worked through all of the elements that make for functionality and good design. This was a great experience for us, using a non-traditional available space, a problem or need, and finding a solution that worked to enhance the golf program at Adrian College. We are excited that our work and collaborative vision will begin to take real form starting the 1st of May. Thank you.
Thank you, Katie. That will be a very popular racquetball court / golf simulator over the next several years. I just know it will be. So as often happens, innovation often starts with a simple conversation. A few years back, I had one of these conversations with two guys on the way to a Detroit Tigers baseball game, and Frank Rebar was with us as well. Dave Pillmore, a trustee at Adrian College, and Professor Scott Westfall started talking about a terrific idea to revitalize a historic building in downtown Adrian. We never made it to the Tiger game, by the way. We stopped to get a bite to eat, and we started talking about this idea, and next thing you know, the game was over. So the idea surrounded Challoner and Company, which was started on Maumee Street in 1874 by Charles A. Challoner as a retail shop featuring magazines, books, tobacco, and nuts. And it offered much, much more for over 141 years. Now, as an aside, when we were preparing for this program, we discovered that Bill, the grandson of Charles Challoner, worked there and led the business from 1935 until 1976, and he and his wife Mildred Wood Challoner were both students at Adrian College during the early 1920s, and Bill ended up becoming a part of the ATO fraternity. There's his picture right on the screen. Now, Trustee Pillmore is here to tell you about this conversation and the super exciting renovation to downtown that has resulted. Dave.
Thank you, Dr. Docking. As I recall that conversation with Dr. Docking along with Frank Rebar and Scott Westfall as we were talking about downtown, the college's recent purchase of the old YMCA converted into coaches' apartments, and what might bring students, local community members, and others downtown. What we decided was renovation was not going to happen without local community leaders and private industry putting some skin in the game. My experience on the College Board of Trustees and the Properties Committee has been an inspiration to me on how big ideas can become reality. I've seen it time and time again on this campus, done with intention and quality. And that has influenced our thinking and envisioning what a future for downtown would look like. Challoner's came up as a foundational piece of Adrian's history, and it was for sale. With Scott's passion for preserving history and my love of cigars, I loved the idea immediately. The vision was becoming clear, and we developed a plan that would be more than a renovation, and it would be done right. Our mantra on the storefront window, building on our past to improve our future. First, to bring back an enduring business for the local community and give it a reason to return, relive memories, and create new ones for future generations, including the smell of popcorn, the famous Indian statue, the candy selection out front that creates nostalgia and a hometown welcome. And second, to create an environment unique and different enough to draw people from outside Adrian to Challoner's and the new cigar house and society to be introduced to our city and hopefully invest in its future. Now open for just over a month, the results have far surpassed our expectations. We've had excellent support from the local community and from a lot of people outside of town. What I've noticed is how much people enjoy the environment that allows for personal conversation and connection with one another without their cell phones. We look forward to seeing many of you stop by to experience Challoner's, the new and the old. I should also mention that a new coffee shop will be open next door to Challoner's very soon. We believe this coffee shop will be one of the best in the state with delicious premium coffees, teas, pastries, and other treats, and will draw many of you into downtown Adrian. The new coffee house is called Copper House Coffee Company and will continue the third renaissance in Adrian over the last 15 years. So again, from Scott and I, thank you for helping us do this.
Thank you, David. You've got to check this place out. I'm sure you have got to check this place out. It is fantastic. The coffee shop will open, I think, in 3 or 4 weeks, and it's just amazing. Jim and I were there late into the evening last night. Loved it. And so please go down there and see it. You'll think you're in New York City. I mean, it's incredible. All right, so a few years ago, when Italy Feliciano retired as the Director of Multicultural Affairs from the college, we decided to take Another look at this office. As you know, many schools have these offices, and they're nearly always separated from the academic umbrella of the college. They're under student affairs or student services or some other office, but they're not under the academic area, which we didn't think made a lot of sense. We wanted to take Edalie's retirement as an opportunity to rethink our approach to how we talk about, study, look at class, race, similar areas of study on our campus from a more academic perspective. So Dr. Andrea Milner will share with you our plans for a new institute which will open soon at Adrian College. Dr. Milner.
Thank you. As Vice President and Dean of Academic Affairs, I am so pleased to announce our newest institute, the Institute for Cross-Cultural Studies. Shortly after President Docking started at Adrian College, he shared with us the idea of academic institutes that he had seen at other colleges and universities. Generally organized around a subject or a topic, the work of the institutes enriches the learning experience of students through focused programming, introduction and networking with professionals, and experiential opportunities outside of the classrooms. Led by quality faculty and staff, the institute directors are responsible for setting goals and outcomes with a plan and supporting activity to offer expertise, support, and opportunity to students. In fall of 2008, Adrian College opened its first two institutes, the Institute for Entrepreneurial Studies and the Institute for Health Studies. 7 more institutes have been established since then: the Institute for Ethics, Education, Career Planning, Creativity, Study Abroad, Sports Medicine, and the George Romney Institute for Law and Public Policy. The Institute for Cross-Cultural Studies will offer opportunities to learn about varied cultures and how economics, politics, religion, geography, tradition, and more affect communities, their relationship to the world, and one another. Nothing is more important to the future of our country and our world than the peaceful coexistence of people from different cultures, backgrounds, countries, races, and genders. Indeed, understanding and engaging in dialogue and idea sharing with other human beings is the essence of higher education. By creating this new institute, we are suggesting that cross-cultural understanding is worthy of academic pursuit, study, intellect, and research, and therefore needs to be under the umbrella of the college. Here to speak more about our newest institute is Senior Social Policy Major from Inkster, Michigan, Charles Guy.
Good afternoon. The mission of the Institute for Cross-Cultural Studies is to provide opportunities for academic study, programs, and services designed to encourage cultural, academic, social, personal growth, and understanding among Adrian College community. This institute will partner with student organizations such as Brothers in Action, STEPS, Sisters That Empower, Prevail, and Succeed, Alpha, academic departments, and other institutes to promote cultural awareness and understanding. For example, educational field trips will afford students an opportunity to learn about the histories of other cultures. Through these partnerships, we hope that students will be encouraged to participate so they may enjoy a rich, rewarding, and holistic college experience. In keeping with this mission, the Institute for Cross-Cultural Studies will celebrate cultural activities such as Latino Hispanic Heritage Month, Black History Month, Women's History Month, and the Global Food Festival. I am excited to see the educational opportunities and programming that will develop over the next few years. Though I'm graduating next December, I hope to contribute in some way to the creative ideas that form and are implemented through the Institute. Thank you.
Thank you, Charles and Dr. Milner. And thank you to all of our speakers so far this afternoon. At this point in our program, the top ideas and winner will be announced for the annual Creativity Award. The competition on campus is for the best ideas from our creative students, faculty, and staff that can enhance the college community. Every finalist receives a $50 gift card, and the winner will receive a $1,000 award. The college sets aside up to $10,000 annually to fund the winning project. As you may remember, last year the winning idea was Slide to Success, an actual slide, to be installed between the first floor and second floor of the Kane Student Center. The slide is ordered, and plans are currently underway for installation over the next several weeks. Welcome Dr. Jennifer Ellsworth, Director of the Institute for Creativity. She and President Docking will announce this year's finalists for the Creativity Award. Dr. Ellsworth.
Thank you, Jim. This year we had a record 166 submissions from faculty, staff, students, and alums for the 8th Annual Creativity Award competition. I'd like to thank the Creativity Award Committee for their thoughtful consideration. Matt Armentrout, Cindy Bobian, Rochelle Duffy, Melissa Freshcorn, Oded Gurari, Tina Claiborne, and Holly Smith. Both President Docking and Dee Milner serve as ex officio members. And I'd also like to thank Sherry Wilt, assistant for the Institute, who has helped coordinate all of the details for this exciting annual award. Would the finalists please stand, face the audience, and remain standing as we announce your ideas and this year's winner.
Idea number 1 from the Romney Institute Director Phil Shaler, an idea entitled Conversations with ... Have life-size figures of notable personalities sitting on benches in prominent places throughout campus. Students and visitors could have photos taken with them as if they were actually having a conversation with the statue. Number 2, student Morgan Tokels-Jones. Her idea was to create a sensory room on campus. Create a sensory room for students, faculty, and staff with 24-hour access inside the library. This room could be a space to calm down, unwind the mind and body, and ease anxiety and stress using lights and sounds. It could include an adult swing. The third idea from Sadie Woodruff, entitled Bulldog Unity. Create a big statue in the shape of a bulldog made out of equipment from each sport and materials that represent each club activity currently at Adrian College. The statue could be put in the Merillat lobby or elsewhere on campus to show that we are all family at Adrian College, all working together. The fourth idea from Professor Marty Morales-Ensign is entitled Replica Shepherd's Crook. Build a metal replica of the Shepherd's Crook placed on display where the AC community would tie ribbons on it throughout the year when an accomplishment is made pertaining to the Ribbons of Excellence values. Dr. Ellsworth.
Number 5, from Leslie Dempsey, a staff member, the Fitness Trail, Bulldog Mile. Using the current Bulldog Mile, or perhaps the back 40, create a 1 to 2 mile trail that would have stations every quarter to half mile with information incorporating overall strength, core, flexibility exercises along the route. Number 6, Rebecca Bordner, a student, the Happiness Wall. Place a happiness wall in Kane Student Center as a reminder to students, staff, and visitors of all the happy things that make up a supportive community. It could be electronic or a physical wall where students could celebrate and inspire each other by simply sharing what makes them happy. Student Michael Douglas, idea number 7, the gumball machine. Place a large size, 6 to 7 feet tall, Adrian College-themed gumball machine in Kane Student Center that fits the atmosphere of Kane, close to the slide apparently, and would be great for student morale. It could become something ingrained in a potential student's mind when visiting campus, much like our beautiful pink flowers. And finally, number 8, staff member and AC alum, Blake Hairston, graduated in 2017. The iconic A. Place a 4-foot cement A on campus for all those who are Bulldog proud to lean on, just like our AC logo, kind of lean next to the A. Maybe near Commencement Plaza for a memorable photo op for seniors in their cap and gown, high school students finishing their admissions tours, alumni at homecoming, or anyone visiting campus. And it is now my pleasure to announce the winner of the 2019 Creativity Award, Dr. Marty Morales Ensign, biology professor for the Shepherd's Crook.
Now we all get to watch Marty try to put that check in her purse. It's really, really the highlight of the show. Congratulations, Marty. I'm really amazed at all the ideas that come through. 166 of them this year. As Jennifer set a new world record for Adrian College, and we take many of the ideas and try to implement them even if they didn't win. So our final story today. Choosing Adrian from afar. You know, one of the best ways to bring innovative ideas and novel solutions to a community like ours is to infuse that community with new people from faraway lands. People with unique backgrounds and life experiences. And this afternoon we have 2 students who took a very big risk and attended Adrian College. They crossed the ocean and arrived at Adrian College to experience American culture and an American education. They left their homes, their families, their friends, their culture, and the lifestyle that they had known from birth to attend AC. For a teenager to make this decision is incredibly impressive and laudable on many different levels. So I'm pleased to introduce to you today Mia Rabula from South Africa and Adrian, perfect name by the way, Sebag from France, to share their stories. Mia.
I grew up in a city named George with a population of about 120,000 people in the Western Cape, South Africa. I've always wanted to attend a college here in the States, but never thought it would be possible. After I graduated high school in 2016, I attended the Northwest University not too far from home. And after my first year there, I still wanted to experience life in America. I came to visit my brother, who goes to Auburn University in Alabama, over Thanksgiving break and loved it. South Africa is a great country, but there are so many opportunities with a degree from the American education system. I got in contact with an organization based in Florida named Athletes USA, and they help students from other countries who participate in sports find a college in the States. That's how we came across Adrian College. My Athletes USA recruiter got in contact with the admissions office and helped me with the application process, and after a few weeks I was on my way to Adrian, Michigan. I did not know what to expect and had no idea where I was going except for a few pictures on the internet. I just had the comfort of knowing that there were people expecting me on the other side. I'm lucky enough to be on the equestrian team and be part of a great group of girls. My coach and 2 of my teammates picked me up at the Toledo airport and helped me settle in and showed me around campus. Being on the team helped me a lot with meeting people, and I always had a home to go to over our shorter breaks. I even managed to take one of my friends, Carrie Klager, who's also one of my teammates, back to South Africa with me over the winter break. It was great showing her around, and all the South Africans loved her accent. It was easy for Carrie to start conversations and make a lot of friends. She says she loves South Africa. She's already talking about going back with me over summer break. One of my concerns was about coming to an all-English school and country, where in my hometown I spoke Afrikaans 90% of the time, which is similar to German. Nevertheless, I made it through my first semester with very decent grades. My professors were all great and very willing to help me when needed. The thing I miss the most from home is definitely a braai. A braai is similar to a barbecue. It's a big tradition in South Africa. The main difference between a braai and a barbecue has to be the fire. It's only a braai if the food is cooked on wood fire, and the atmosphere is just great. After eating, we usually spend the rest of the evening socializing around the fire. My brother and I hosted a braai for his American friends over Thanksgiving break at Auburn. They love the braai broodjies. It's a tomato, cheese, onion, and chutney sandwich that you put on the grill. We ended up braaiing 3 of the 5 days I was there. It was something Carrie also enjoyed when she was back in South Africa. I need to speak to Mr. Mahoney. Maybe we can organize a braai someday. What I love about Michigan is the snow. We don't get any snow in South Africa, and everyone said I would be tired of the cold and ice after the first few weeks. I didn't mind the cold at first, but when it hit minus 16 degrees, I was ready for the warm weather to come back. I think the most challenging aspect of this experience was getting through the 17-hour flight. I'm very happy with my decision to be part of Adrian College and very grateful for all the amazing people here who have been very kind and helped me along the way. It definitely made the change easier. I'm excited that at the end of this journey, in a few years, I'll receive my marketing degree from Adrian College. I'll always be excited to come back and be part of this community.
I really like that picture with the elephant, though, by the way. I'm Adrian Sabag. I'm from Paris, France. I have a different story. It might sound unusual for a French kid, but I grew up playing ice hockey since I was 3 years old and always had that dream to play hockey overseas. When I was about 19 years old, I was playing semi-pro and met a Canadian who was the first one that sent me to Canada first, around the Toronto area. Then I got traded halfway through the season to Wisconsin, where I met one of Adrian College scout, Kevin Sunday. I didn't know much about American colleges or the English language in general, to be honest. Anyway, all my teammates after the first period of the hockey game spotted Sunday, and they're all saying, "Hey, there is an Adrian College scout here." And I'm like, "What? Like, is that a good school? Is that a..." I had no idea. And they all answer, "Yeah, dude, it's a sick hockey program, so..." All right, sorry guys. Despite the fact that having the same name as a school, I wasn't expecting it, but I was the only one he talked to after the game that day. A few months went by, I'm back home already, and I'm wondering, what am I going to do with my life? We all have been here. And looking through my emails, I see Kevin's message about Adrian College. I figured it'd be smart to get a degree and play some hockey if I ever get injured or don't play anymore. I'll still have a good education. 2 months later, after doing all the paperwork and my visa, I arrived at Adrian College. Sandy showed me around, and we get to the rink, and I got introduced to Betsy Merla, and right away she was like, "Oh, I love your accent, where are you from?" And then she said, "I want you to work for me." So that easily, I found myself a job on campus. Since then, she's kind of my billet mom, my secondary mom, if you say. Thanks, Betsy. One thing that kept me here was probably the size of the school, which is a friendly environment, easy to get in touch with people, and you develop great relations with professors. As an example, when visiting France, my advisor, Jill Willett, even visited me and with her son, and we went out to one of my favorite restaurants in Paris, which served a great steak with secret sauce, and they have some fries. I guess you guys call them French fries, or... Anyways, 4 years went by, and I'm about to get my degree in international business. I'll fly home a couple days after graduation, and I hope to play professional hockey back in France for a while. And last thing, I want you to leave with one thing, and here's how we say in French: Allez les Bulldogs, go Dogs.
Absolutely outstanding, you two. Thank you very much. Let's give one more round of applause to everybody who participated today. This is a special place. And as I said at the beginning, we bring everybody's voice up that we possibly can because all of you are important to this school. One person that doesn't get up here on stage each year, though, that I want to say a few words about is sitting in the audience, I hope. And she's a woman who's worked here for 30 years and has organized this event for the last 14 years. Is Marcia Fielder still here? Oh, I see you over there, Marcia, by the photographer. She doesn't need this because she's one of the most humble people, there we go, that I've ever met. But I would be remiss if I didn't tell you that you have in your midst a person who is good from head to toe. She is somebody that we can all model parts of ourselves after. She is a hard worker. She's a very kind person. She's a spouse. She's a mom. She's a grandma. And she's the only one who's been able to put up with me around the senior staff table for 14 straight years. Everybody else is gone, Marcia. So you have patience. Think of Beth, 32 years around the dinner table. I mean, honestly. So just know that these things don't come together. And when we get people like Marcia on this campus, we need to say thank you. She's going to be here until the end of June as the Director of Alumni Relations, and then she's going to retire. But just know that she is a very special person, and those of us that know her have nothing but absolute respect for her. And so we thank you for everything that you've done for this place for the last 30 years. Marcia Fielder. And now I'll leave it to Jim to cap off the program. Jim?
Thank you, President Docking, and thank you all for joining us this afternoon. Just a reminder that our annual Ribbons of Excellence Day program will be held next Wednesday, April 3rd. Some information is available at the entry table. Please feel free to stop by the reception, say hello to our participants and one another, enjoy some great conversation before leaving, and I hope you all have a wonderful afternoon. Thank you so much.